Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new game of Frostgrave. This is my solo campaign that I've created called Transcend. It is following my wizard on a path to transcendence. Now, if you're downloading the files, which are free, my scenarios, and following along, I hope you're enjoying this. There is an end to it. I do have it sort of planned out how it's going to end. I'm only on chapter 6 right now, so still got quite a ways to go. But in this scenario, which is called Guardians of Grivam, it piggybacks off the last episode or the last scenario where I had to get through a dangerous area that was guarded by a vampire. During that scenario, you had the opportunity to flee and then come back and try again with a full warband, or once you made it off the back or the edge, you could not return home without going back through the vampire again. The story was that you're trying to make your way to the tomb of a wizard, where supposedly there is a magic book in the tomb that offers up more information on transcendence. Now, in the last game, my wizard Challen and my apprentice Palak, they took their warband, eight soldiers, but I lost two of them. One of them was permanently killed, and the other one has injuries that mean you have to skip a game, so I just sent that one home. So in this scenario, I begin on this edge, and you won't roll for a random edge because the goal is on the farthest edge. It's way over there. I'm going to spin this so you can see it. There's a gold coin right here on the tomb. That is my goal, to reach that. But what's going to be in my way are these two large constructs here. They're treated as large constructs, but they do have a special ability. They can fire a stream of flame, like a flamethrower, at a target, and any targets within 1.5 inches are also subject to attack. The stats for these are in the write-up. Like I said, they're basically the large construct, but they have an extra point of health, and they do have the fire stream. So they move forward. They're kind of slow, but once they engage you, you're going to have some problems. The range of the flamethrower that they have is 8 inches. So keep that in mind. What I've done is I've scattered terrain out here as best I can. Now the constructs are guarding the tomb, and they will follow a path until they have line of sight either to a warband member or a wandering creature. They will move clockwise in a square pattern, so that one over there is going to go this direction, this one's going to go that direction, and they're going to make a path. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it, and if I find that it's too difficult or too easy, I may modify the scenario. But as it's written right now, I already did a kind of a prototype playthrough just to see how the movement worked and how other things worked, like the wandering creature, and I've updated it, but I may update it based on this full play. Now, wandering creatures can appear. They can appear two ways. If you pick up one of the 2 treasure tokens, same thing. You roll for a possibility of a wandering monster. But at the end of every 3 turns or 3 rounds, there is a chance a wandering monster will appear. You roll a d20 on a 10 or higher, one does appear, and if it appears, it will only appear from the left or the right edge. It will never appear from the rear edge or this edge. It will appear from this side. And once a wandering creature appears, it also can get the attention of the constructs. So you might be able to use a little strategy to guide the constructs to a wandering creature to maybe take the heat off you. It all depends on range and things like that. What else? In this game, to get to the tomb, you can't plunder it because it's going to take more than 3 or 4 of your soldiers to open it. It's heavy. So the only way to win this scenario is to defeat both of the constructs. If you find it's too easy, throw a 3rd construct in there or raise its health or something like that. What I'm doing here is telling a story. It's not meant to be an explosively hard mission, although, like I said, last time I lost two of my warband members. But play it modify it, do what you like with it, but I hope you enjoy this, and I want to go ahead and get started. So, on turn number 1, the constructs are placed, and remember, in a solo game, it goes wizard phase, apprentice phase, then the creature phase, and then the soldier phase. So, just so you know, I have 2 men-at-arms, 2 archers, and 2 rangers. That's all I have left, plus my wizard and apprentice. So let me think about this. Now, wow, this is going to be tricky. The other reason I didn't put that construct at opposite corners was because as they walk, there would be like this path you could take to avoid both of them. But I want it to be where you're not going to be able to avoid them. You're going to have to face them. Either you hide from them until you can take the shot, or you maybe encounter one and then take on the second one. So it depends on your pain threshold. So let's go ahead and see what I want to do here. Now, with my warriors and my wizard, and I am going to move the camera slightly over. And that's so you'll be able to see from this edge, but I'll be able to stand over here and still reach the thing. All right, so here's my wizard, and here is my apprentice. And what I'm going to do, I debate whether I keep them together as a big group or break them up. And the big group has a problem, because if you keep a big group, remember, it has an 8-inch range on its fire weapons. So if you have 4 soldiers all within 1.5 inches of the main target, they're all going to get attacked. So, really not sure. Now, these constructs can be hit by any normal weapon, whether it's melee or ranged. They don't have magical protection. They just have that fire stream, which has a good long range. So, let's go ahead and see. What I like to do is I like to give my wizard and apprentice each since I only have 2 men-at-arms, I'm going to give each one of them one. So there's going to be one there, and the other one, where is my other one? Right here. So there and there. I'm going to give each one an archer, so there and there. And then the rangers, I'll give each one of them a ranger. So 4 and 4, and I think that's how I'm going to keep them. So, I should have put the apprentice over here, but that's okay. I'm not going to flip it. Well, I can. I can do this. They have the same soldier types. All right. I'm going to go ahead and group activate with my wizard. Now, there's been some discussion about group activation. In the game, there are group activation. There's actually 2 ways to do it. It's on page 43. It says you may move all the figures before they perform their second action. And then it says you may also, in this case, a player moves all the figures activating before any of them perform. After all figures have moved, each one takes their second action. The most common is, okay, and then, unlike using a group allows the player to serve, there is a way, hold on. A player can move, after all the figures have moved, each of them have a player declare. Okay, if a player declares a group activation during the wizard phase, it is possible for them to move their wizard and up to 3 soldiers. The wizard could then cast a spell, followed by the 3 soldiers each taking their second actions. That's the group activations. But there is another one, although there is occasion where they can use. Could have sworn. Replace a move action. Okay, in this case, a player must move all the figures activating before any of them perform. Okay, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn that during a group activation, you could go wizard move, cast, fighter move, cast, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've been wrong this whole time. Although there are occasions where it's useful to arrange the figures. Well, anyway, using a group action, let's check the normal activation rules. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. The wizard will move. Remember, you want to stay out of their line of sight. Now, there are some hallways that you can have line of sight. Here's one. Here's one at an angle. Now, what could happen? What in this scenario, it does say that if the construct loses line of sight, it continues with its pre-designated path. So I could run across here, and it might see me, but as soon as I'm behind hiding, it would just keep moving this way. And this is what it's going to do anyway. So what I've got to decide is, I have to destroy them. At some point, I've got to deal with them. So the question is, maybe I just go ahead and take them out. Try to get line of sight with an archer and a magic user, a wizard or apprentice, and then leave my other two guys to engage. But man, this is gonna be tricky. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move my ranger. I'm gonna get my, let's see how this plays out. I'm gonna double move everybody. So even though the ranger can move 7, I'm gonna move everybody 9, which is 6, and then half of your second movement, which is 3. So 9. I'm gonna move this one 9 here, this one 9, this one 9, and then my wizard 9. My wizard will not cast a spell this turn, and I'm just doing that so I can maybe go around this way. We shall see. Same for my apprentice. 9 will get one here, 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 and there. And I can see the arm of the construct, but the construct can't see my full body from its head. Okay, so I think I'm okay. By the way, I'm gonna track the turn up here with this die. It's at 1, so it's round 1, and it is now, well, I did the wizard phase, and then I did the apprentice phase. So now it is and I have no soldiers in the soldier phase. So we'll come over here. Now this one is going to move 4, and then it will double move, so it will move 6 because it doesn't see me. So it will move right here. And then this one, I need to probably specify it can't fit through this doorway. So it would either go this way or this way. Let's roll randomly and see. I will roll a d6. 1 to 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to go this way. All right, so it will move a full 6 inches right here. And that is the end of the enemy phase. This is going to go sort of quick, mainly because I don't have a soldier. Right now I don't have a soldier phase. I probably will at some point. It is round 1, so normally I would do soldier phase now, but all my soldiers moved. And so now we go to round number 2. And this is just like I said, until wandering creatures start appearing, there really won't be a whole lot to do. Now, do I go them this way? That one's already, this one saw it walk by, so he's going to alert them that we can go this way. But first, the wizard. If I step out and go here, it definitely sees me. All right. So I'm going to group activate again. The wizard tells we're going to go this way. We're going to go around here. So what's going to happen is the first one will move 3 inches. It sees it. This sees him and goes nope, and then ducks back in for a total of 3. So that one's moved. The wizard will move 6 close to the wall, hugging the wall. This one will move hugging the wall. This one will move hugging the wall. And I'm not going to double move except for this one. This one will move another 3 inches. They will stay put. Now this one is broken away, so this one on the next round will go during the soldier phase. The wizard, I need to cast a spell. I am going to cast Enchant Weapon on my... Who do I want to do it to? I'm going to cast it on my archer. All right, so by the way, I used to record top down my dice roll, and when you edit, it takes so much time cutting out edit video to display the camera. You're just going to have to trust me. I don't cheat at my Frostgrave game. If I roll at 1 and the enemy rolls at 20, I'm going to tell you. So you're not going to see my rolls unless I roll up here, and I'd prefer to roll here so the dice don't go anywhere. So I need to roll an 8, and I rolled a 16. So I will modify, this archer is now at +3, and I put an asterisk just to indicate it's a magic, that I've cast magic on it. That's just so I know not to cast it again on that soldier. All right, so that was a successful spell. I will track that. And I am done with the wizard phase. So for the apprentice, this guy saw the construct walk by. So once again, we're gonna edge up 6 inches. 6, and I'm gonna leave these sort of behind. We're gonna stay together, and I'm gonna have the apprentice also cast enchant weapon. She needs a 10, and she's gonna cast it on her archer. I rolled a 19. All right, so her archer is the lime one. Yep. So he is now +3 to shoot. And that was a successful spell, and we are done there. No soldier phase, but it is the enemy phase right now. So let me spin this around. This one will move 6 inches. Right there. And this one, we said was going this way. So it will go 2. And even though the base is wider here, I'm gonna say it can move through here. And then what did I say? 4 + 2 is 6. So it moved 6, and now it will move 4. It's right here. See, I would assume I can hear them. They're metal, they're walking, they're heavy, they're big, they probably make noise. So I can definitely hear them. And that is the end of the round. It is now round 3. At the end of this round, I will roll for a wandering creature. All right, the wizard phase. Wizard only has 2 that can activate this turn. The wizard hears. Now, when it gets here, it can go this way or it can go this way. So I'm going to have to make another roll. This is a gamble because, like I said, it can continue on down here, but it really wants to get back on this path. So it's just going around like that. So it could, there's a chance it's going to come this way, but I won't know until the enemy phase. So the question is, do I go ahead and inch up, or do I put my wizard at risk? This is tough. A fight's coming. So I'm going to scoot up, but I'm not going the full set. So the wizard will group activate. We'll move here. These 2 will move up behind. And he's going to cast enchant weapon on the man-at-arms. I need an 8. I rolled a 10. So the man-at-arms is now +4 fight. Okay. Apprentice, and that was a successful spell. The apprentice. Guess what? That one can see. When he moved there, he can see. So I need to move out of line of sight, which would put me. But if I move here, it's going to turn and come this way. Like I said, this is a sneaking game, but at some point you have to come out of hiding and you have to try to hurt it. All right, let's go ahead and trigger it. The apprentice is going to move up to here. And this one the archer is going to move up to here. And these 2 will move up. Okay. That, I assume that, it's looking around, as it walks. So it spots my heroes over here. The ranger, the apprentice, poison dart won't hurt him. Grenade has a range, I think, of like 14, so he's definitely out of range of that. I'm going to double check that, but I'm pretty confident grenade is 14 inches. Yeah, so can't cast grenade. So what I could do is cast wall, but it needs a 13. If I put a wall up there, it would force the line of sight to disappear, but I want to give my archer a chance. So I group activated, so everybody moved. So I'm going to have the archer shoot. Might get lucky. The archer is plus 3. Let's see. Hold on. The line bow, yeah, plus 3 versus the construct's plus 4. So it can avoid. So plus 3 versus plus 4. I rolled a 15 to its 5. 15 plus 3 is 18 minus its armor of 13 is 5 damage. So I did 5 damage to it, which is definitely going to get its attention. And now I'm going to try to block the view with a. My wizard's going to cast wall. I need a 13. Come on. I rolled an 18, so I will put a wall up. Let me get one of my wall constructs, and I will put that wall right here. So I blocked the view. So since it loses line of sight, I'm treating it sort of as a dumb creature. Like it saw me, but now there's a wall there, and it's like, oh, well, whatever, I must have saw it. So it'll continue. So I did cast a successful spell, and that is it for my apprentice. Now the enemies, this one. I will roll a die. On a 1 to 3, it will continue this way. On a 4 to 6, it will go this way. Of course, it's a 6. It's coming. Maybe I snapped a twig or something, but it is definitely going to come this way. Now, if it moves 4, oh, that was a bad move. It can actually see my wizard. Now, the problem for me is my other guy behind it is within 1.5 inches. So the fire, that was what I was worried about. It will fire its fire stream at me. Now, it's a shooting attack, which is plus 0. It's plus 0, and my fight on my wizard is plus 2. So it's not, oh golly, this is scary. All right, I'm blue, green. My plus 2 versus its plus 0. I've rolled a 19 to its 2. So it misses the wizard, but the one behind it, who is within 1.5, that is a plus 4 fight versus plus 0. I rolled a 17 to its 3. So somehow the building blocked some of the fire. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of... And then I have a soldier phase. So the soldier is a ranger. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna climb. Now this is 2 inches, so this counts as 4 inches of movement. And then this is 3 inches, which counts as 6. So won't be able to climb that. Hold on. So 9 inches. So I could do 4. And so she's like sort of climbing up. I'm just going to hang her right there. On the next one, she'll be up top. And that is the end of the soldier phase. It is the end of turn 3. So we roll for a random creature. I roll a d20. On a 10 or higher, a random creature will appear. I rolled a 10, so one will. Now, in this scenario, I tell you that on page 177, I think it was, of the core rule book, you will only use the first column of the encounter. It will get harder as this campaign goes, but right now, these guys have managed to scare off all the smart, strong, intelligent creatures like a vampire, a werewolf, things like that, which has left some of the dumber animals, which really it consists of table 1. So let's roll a d20 and see what appears. I rolled a 16, which is a wolf. Okay, I do have a wolf mini. And then I have to roll to see where that wolf will appear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d6. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to appear over here. So it's right here, and it will move during the enemy phase. So I don't know, my heroes don't know that it's over there. And that is the end of turn 3. It is now turn 4. All right, my turn. The wizard. Let's go over here. The wizard sees the construct. Now, the wizard's smart. He knows that if he could cast wall, he might block vision, and then this thing will just continue. But the problem is, if I put a wall here, it's going to block the construct, so it'll force it to go this way. But that's assuming I cast it successfully. If I don't, it's going to move and take another shot at me. I've got to cast it successfully. All right, so I am going to try to cast, well, before I do, I'm going to group activate. These three, I'm going to have a move. I'm going to have a move in such a way they're not within 1.5 inches, because both of them have, this one has a bow and the ranger has a bow. So both of them can switch out. I'm going to have him move here, which is going to give +1, because remember, when you move and shoot, the enemy gets +1 to their fight. This one is going to move here, and the wizard is going to move back. And now they will take their second actions. So samurai, I call him samurai because he looks like a samurai. No, I'm sorry, that's samurai. This one is Giblis, and Giblis is an archer, which is +2. I forgot to cast magic weapon on him. All right, anyway, +2 to +1, because remember, I moved, so he gets +2. He's green. I rolled a 13 to its 17. I miss. Uh-oh. The ranger here, oh no, that's a man-at-arms, isn't it? Never mind. My archer's up here. Ugh. All right, so I've got to cast wall. To do that, I need to roll an 11 or higher. I rolled a 13, so I can place a wall, and I will put it right here. So it's going to force the, it loses line of sight, so it's going to force it to go this way. And that is it for the, that's it for the wizard phase. Let's come over here to apprentice. Now, I don't know about the wolf. The wolf, by the way, has a, I think it can move 8. The wolf can move 8. I see this treasure over here, and I'm going to get greedy. Let's do it. I'm going to have the apprentice and everybody group activate. They'll move 6. So they're going to move up here. Right there. Now, I don't see the wolf because there's a wall here, and I'm going to pretend that I don't see it. I might hear it, but I don't see it. So unfortunately, on its turn, normally you would roll randomly, but it's a wolf. It will smell. I will have it come this way. I'll have to deal with it. The apprentice, I'm being cautious here. I don't want to get going too fast. The apprentice is going to cast enchant weapon, and this time I'm going to cast it on my ranger. Which one's my ranger? Green cloak. That's this one. Okay, I'll cast it on my ranger. I need to roll a 10 or higher. I rolled a 10. All right, so the ranger now has plus, do I cast it on the bow or the weapon? I'm going to cast it on the weapon. +3 fight now on the weapon. All right, and that was a successful spell. And then I'm going to have these guys, well, we're going to stay put. I'm going to stay put. Okay, done. Now it's the enemy phase. All right, so the wolf moves 8. It will move 2 and then 6, and that is enough to engage the closest one, which thankfully is not my apprentice. It is the one I just cast magic weapon on. The wolf is +1 fight. I am +3. Let's see what happens. I rolled a 6 to its 5. I win, so I will shove it back an inch. Come over here. This one cannot see me, so it will move its full 6. Here. This should be a 5. I had 5 damage on it. And then this one will force to go this way. So it will go, it can move 6, so it will move 3 and 3. And then the soldier phase, this one will finish climbing. We'll call it 2 inches. I'm going to move through this door 4. And I'm going to take a shot. I'm up here. I'm going to take a shot. All right, that's it for this episode. I try to keep these under 30 minutes, so I will be back next week with the next episode. We'll see what happens. This archer needs to take a shot, But I'm going to wait until the next episode. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this game of Frostgrave, my Transcend solo campaign. You'll be able to download the scenario. There's a link in the video description below the video, and I will see you in a week. Everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.